This one is from Popular Mechanics, one of my favorite magazines. I studied mechanical engineering in college. I excelled in my class, but deep down I felt I was a miserable, stupid student, and I didn't learn mechanical engineering full-heartedly. I just tried to drill down to the like a physics, mathematics level. So it was no good experience. But nonetheless, Popular Mechanics magazine stuck with me, and they produce very good, interesting, picking ideas. So let's read this article so that we could learn English by reading it aloud and also instantly picking up new words, expressions, and memorizing them. The title is Earth Pulsates Every 26 Seconds. No one knows why. Maybe you can solve this strange seismic mystery. Okay, that's good. Many findings, discoveries were made by non-majors, right? So here I am. By Caroline Delbert, published February 5th, 2026. It's a 4-minute read. Gear-obsessed editors choose every product we review. We may earn commission if you buy from a link. Why trust us? Earth makes a tiny seismic rumble every 26 seconds. Is the pulsating caused by ocean waves, volcanoes, or something else completely? Theories abound. That's good expression. Theories abound. Theories abound, theories abound, theories abound. The microseism doesn't seem to be hurting anything and has not been a high priority for seismologists, right? Seismologists. Seismologists. Theories abound, theories abound. Manipulations abound, theories abound. Why is Earth pulsating every 26 seconds, and why can't scientists explain it after 60 years? Yeah. This is an enigma wrapped in a periodically predictable mystery motion. It could be a harmonic phenomenon, a regular seismic chirp caused by the sun's energy, or a beacon drawing scientists to its source to begin a treasure hunt. In the early 1960s, a geologist named Jack Oliver first documented the pulse, also known as a microseism. According to Discover, Oliver, who worked at Columbia University's Lamont Doherty Geological Observatory at the time, heard the noise but didn't have the advanced instruments seismologists have now at his disposal, right? Treasure hunt. Since then, scientists have spent a lot of time listening to the pulse and even finding out where it comes from. A part of the Gulf of Guinea called the bight of Bonny, Discover says. What? Since then, scientists have spent a lot of time listening to the pulse and even finding out where it came from. A part of the Gulf of Guinea called the bight of bonny. Okay, bight of bonny. The ultimate energy could power Earth forever. That's good. Some researchers think the pulse has a kind of a prosaic cause. Under the world's ocean, The continental shelf acts as a gigantic wave break. It's the boundary of the very far edge of, for example, the North American continental mass, where the highest part of the plate finally falls off into the deep abysmal plain. Scientists have theorized that as waves hit this specific place on the continental shelf in the Gulf of Guinea, its regular pulse is produced. If that sounds improbable, consider all the different shapes of drums, from timpani to bass drums to bongos, that you hit with your hands. It's not impossible that just one shape of continental shelf drum would create the right harmonic bang to rattle the earth. If that's true, we are probably lucky it's just one. Wow, so some researchers think that pulse has a kind of a prosaic cause. Under the world's oceans, the continental shelf acts as a gigantic wave break. Right? It's the boundary of the very far edge. For example, the North American continental mass, where the highest part of the plate finally falls off into the deep abysmal plain. Scientists have theorized that as waves hit this specific place on the continental shelf in the Gulf of Guinea, this regular pulse is produced. Interesting. But other researchers think the cause is a volcano that's also very near the critical spot. That's because the pulse's origin point is suspiciously close to a volcano on the island of Sao Tome in the bight of Bonny, Discovery explains. And that's a similar volcanic microseism that's already well documented in Japan. It seems like like reams of new scientific research emerge every day, but the mystery pulse is a good reminder that so much remains to be discovered. Scientists have studied the pulse and debate its origin, but it just hasn't reached a tipping point of interest to be solved. Discovery explains that researchers have likely been studying higher priority seismic events instead, which makes sense. In 2020, for example, seismologists took the opportunity to study a seismically quieter Earth shut down by a global quarantine. And curiously, seismic shearing happens each year in the days of leading to Christmas. Wow, that's interesting. In 2020, for example, seismologists took the opportunity to study a seismically quieter Earth shut down by a global quarantine. And curiously, there are no seismic activities during the coronavirus shutdown because of a global quarantine. And curiously, seismic shearing happens each year in the days leading up to Christmas. Interesting. Well, that's it. So according to this article, it says there's a pulsation from bight of Guinea every 26 seconds, but it becomes quieter or shearing effect during the Christmas or during the global quarantine from 2022. Right, for 3 years there was a global quarantine, and there were no pulsation, quiet seismic event. That's interesting. So it's connected with or connected to or tied to the collective conscience among us, right? Collective consciousness. We never know. So another theory is that a huge ocean waves is banging against the plate or kind of a boundary of the American continental shelf. It's more like the waves hitting the shelf, producing a drumming effect, right? When your hand touches or when you just hit the surface of the drum, it makes sounds, right? So from this article, we learned that a seismologist, microseism, and what else? Volcanoes. Theories abound. That's a good expression. Theories abound. But before we go, let's go back and see a treasure hunt. Theories abound. Microseism. Seismologists. Well, that's it. Have a great Tuesday. Bye-bye.